Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I do apologize for not uploading last week, but today's video, I hope that it sort of clarifies, and I really wanted to do a little bit of sharing on what's been happening over the last couple of weeks. It's been exciting but also very um, tedious, and it sort of inspired today's video. Over the last couple of weeks, I've been busy kind of filming on the side for my sister's friend because she wanted to have a video shown during her wedding reception. So we've been filming a bit of a pre-wedding shoot, and I realized over the last couple of weeks how much I do not miss being a videographer and the whole videography shenanigans. Yeah, I mean, I think as time goes on, I realize more and more the amount of gear that a videographer owns as compared to a photographer. And it just, yeah, I don't know. I think slowly I'm just getting really tired of it all. While I still enjoy looking at gear and tech, all that jazz, I do feel like I'm slowly becoming like less and less invested into it. Throughout the last couple of weeks, it just felt like such a trek, bringing all the gear onto like the different sets and like setting up all of that. I realized that I do not miss any of that. And I'm actually really grateful because when I first moved back to Singapore in the end of 2019, when it was like super unexpected stuff, I was distraught because it just felt like I had to give up on videography at a whim. And yeah, I just couldn't really reconcile with the whole like giving up my freedom and like the whole freelancing life. But I'm so glad that I stuck it out despite wanting to quit so many times. Seriously, guys, like it is an understatement when I say that I've been wanting to quit like full-time work throughout the last 2 years. It's so crazy. And I really thank my parents, especially my mom, and one of the pastors who's really close to our family for really like praying with me and like sticking around with me because I've been through so many like highs and lows over the last year, especially when it comes to full-time work. But I'm very thankful that it's been a good transition to, I guess, the direction that I'm heading towards, and I'm gonna share more about that in the later part of this video. But yeah, I just found it so funny. Yeah, just reminiscing how the past year and a half has been since moving back to Singapore, and I'm so grateful that this is just like a one-off project because there were times where I contemplated if I should go back to like freelancing as a videographer or as a photographer in Singapore, but I think I realized more and more that I'm just very over it. But I will say that I am a bit more protective when it comes to doing YouTube and really having like my passion fed towards that because yeah, that's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. But when I was freelancing as a videographer, I was getting very burnt out, and I realized that it was not possible for me personally to do both like videography and YouTube because it's so similar that I was just exerting too much like creative energy and myself as a videographer that it was probably impossible to do YouTube. I mean, there are like many people who do that, but that's just not me. So I'm really thankful that I have this as like a passion project and something that I can look forward to every day. Yeah, but I will say that I was very happy when I had to set up at home because I was filming my sister and my soon-to-be brother-in-law, and they're part of the interview, and I was actually really intrigued and surprised by how well the scene looked. It actually makes our house look really bougie. It's really incredible how working with a little bit of styling. So I was sort of like moving little like furniture pieces around, drawing the curtains and adding my falconized LED light, how much that really elevated and lifted the scene. Because yeah, if you've seen my vlogs for a while now, you probably know that I do not like filming at home because I don't really find it particularly inspiring, especially because we are currently renting this place, so there's a lot that we can't do. And because there's a lot of us in this space as well, I don't have a lot of personal space. I mean, like, none of us do in this house. So yeah, it's been like really frustrating filming at home, but I will say that I am thankful that I can film today in my brother's room. So I've actually have my desk in here. We did a bit of a swapsies because my brother sleeps really late. I'm talking like he sleeps at 5 a.m. This morning when I got up at 5, that was when he was getting into bed. It is so crazy. And so in the past, he would be like working on whatever he's doing, probably like gaming and stuff, into the night. And then I couldn't really sleep well because, yeah, we're just like, he's a night owl, I am an early bird. And so I'm so glad that we actually did the swap. And the only reason why we did the swap was because he got like one of those standing desks, and it's really large, so it can't fit into the space. So I'm so glad that yeah, we did the swap, and so I get to film in here for now. I was actually at the Botanics earlier this morning trying to film, and I ran into a bit of an issue because I realized more and more that Singapore doesn't have a lot of spaces to film in that is quiet, because a lot of the parks, although they're very pretty, they have a lot of insects. And I'm pretty sure it's like cicadas, and they're always buzzing. And it just frustrates me because it's something that I'm just very aware of when I film. And I don't like it when I film and you can hear like the humming sound. So I have been having a little bit of a dilemma for filming because I didn't really see a space that I could film at home, but now perhaps we can film in this room for the time being, and outside it's just very noisy. But anyways, on a lighter and happier note, I've been making a lot more progress. So I've actually made this top this week. It's been something that I've been so happy about, and this is what I really want to share. I guess the moving forward of this channel. And side note, before I go into that, I also really want to thank the new subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. It really means a lot. And I know I don't really say like subscribe, but it really means a lot because this is something that I'm really passionate about, and it's actually been my dream for a while now to be able to do YouTube full time and to actually move into a more like entrepreneurial kind of route. Yeah, I think that's been my struggle over the past 1.5 years doing full time, working full time, because it's something that I really wrestle with, but it's been a good wrestle. And I'll definitely share more about that in a different video. But yeah, I just wanted to say to the new subscribers and also to the people who have been following this channel, I really hope that my videos will inspire you and encourage you to really pursue your dreams, as crazy and as wild as they may seem. Nothing is impossible, especially if you put your mind to it, and it is so important to speak life to your situation, to speak life to yourself. And that's something that's been shifting in my mind over the last couple of months of really, yeah, speaking life and aligning my life towards life. And what I mean by that is yeah, not confessing like failure or discouragement over yourself, but really encouraging yourself and clinging on to hope and believing that, you know, all things are possible, especially with God. And I know that perhaps not many of you are brothers and sisters of the faith, but I really hope that as I share more, it will also encourage you to open up to this life of being a Christian, because it's really life-changing. It's a life filled with so much truth and hope. And it's something that I really hope that by sharing my life with, you'll be able to get a sense of it, because it's definitely a personal journey, but it's a very real and exciting one, and it gives me so much joy and hope, and that's what I really want to like exude and radiate through my videos, and I hope that you guys are catching that. So yeah, I've been so happy this past week, and it's been really refreshing because I've not been this way for like a while. I think the last time I was this excited and bubbly was when I was actually doing my self-portraiture like over a year ago. So if you actually look at my Instagram, it is so dead, because my last post was like last year, and that was just before I started interning full-time. And yeah, so during this period where I was sort of like settling back into Singapore, I was going out and shooting a lot more, and I was just so amazed by the photos that I was capturing. And I am by no means an amazing photographer, but throughout the whole creative process, I'm always praying and asking God to help me, and I've just been really amazed by the pictures that come out, because like I said, it's really not me. It's really just, yeah, a lot of experimenting and yeah, getting that sort of encouragement and grace from God. I don't really know how to explain it, but I really hope that with time you'll be able to see that and be able to experience it for yourself as you invite Jesus into your life and really ask the Holy Spirit to help you. That's all I can say. But yeah, so that was like the last time I was like super happy and excited about something. And of late, I've just been oh, by the way, I'm really sorry if there's like a creaking sound I've noticed, because this table creaks. So I'm trying not to like move around so much. But anyways, I've just been really happy this past week because I've been sewing again. And I know I've said it a lot on this channel that one of my dreams is to be able to sew and like do lookbooks and yeah, just share more about like the fashion industry and how I really want to do my part in making it more sustainable and ethical. And I'm really happy with this top that I made, even though I don't particularly love the print. I think when I bought the fabric at the time, I thought it could work, but I realized that I don't really like ditzy flowers. So ditzy flowers are like all these small, fine flowers, but yeah, but I'm so happy the silhouette actually turned out so good. And drafting is something that I've struggled with for a long time. So if you don't know what drafting is, it's basically doing the patterns for clothes. And when you cut fabric, you need to use patterns, and as you sew it together, that's how you get clothes, in the most layman kind of explanation. And so I've actually spent like many years going to like drafting classes, but I realized that the whole time I was doing that, I wasn't very passionate about this. And so I was going to classes, and while I really enjoyed it, I wasn't putting in extra hours to like do more reading or practice. And so a lot of the information that I was learning was like going in and out. Which is why it's taken me so long to like grasp this art and this skill. But over the last couple of mornings, yeah, I've just been able to do that. And something that I've been so grateful for is actually being able to work from home over the last 2 weeks. Sorry, my brother was at the door. But anyways, yeah, I've been so grateful over the last 2 weeks being able to work from home, because that has actually saved me a lot of time, because normally I would have to leave my house at like 7-ish to get to work, but now because I work from home, I can actually spend my mornings sewing. And it's something that I've been so excited to see the progress, because I think in the past I was just very frustrated about my whole like living situation, and because I couldn't really reconcile the thought of working full time, being a bit of like an independent, free spirited person, it took up a lot of brain space, that whole frustration and dilemma, which was why I couldn't focus on like sewing and making clothes. And like I said, I wasn't very passionate about it at the time. I'm honestly really grateful that, as I was sharing earlier about how I'm becoming less and less invested into videography, I really feel that I've been taking a lot more interest in the whole pattern making and sewing side of things. And with that, I wanted to share as well that a goal of mine, which I sort of had very recently as well, is wanting to upload twice a week instead of once a week. And it's gonna be a bit of a stretch, but I know it's gonna be a good one. And I really want to have my second day of uploads on Wednesdays, and that will be geared towards the sewing vlogs, because I really want to see myself progress in this skill and this craft. And it's something that really requires a lot of time and energy, and I feel that I finally have the mental like capacity and desire and drive to align myself towards that. Yeah, so I'm so excited. Like honestly, I feel that more and more, this dream of wanting to be able to do more entrepreneurial things, it definitely starts somewhere. And it's taken me so long to realize that the only person stopping this from coming to pass is me, is myself. And so for anyone who struggles with having a dream and like procrastinating, yeah, you really need to come to terms with the fact and the reality that you can't give in to any more excuses, and you can't, put the blame on anyone, because at the end of the day, it's your life, it's your dream. You have to take ownership, and you have to be responsible to see it come to pass. So I'm so excited for that, and it's been such a huge change in my life. I'm really, really, really excited, and I can't wait for you guys to see and to be part of that journey. Yeah, so a very random thought came to mind yesterday when I was out trying to find fabric, and with my many gripes I have towards living in Singapore, although I will say I am very grateful, but I have mentioned in the past that I really don't see myself living here long term, and so I'm really like praying and waiting on the Lord to take me out of here. But in the meantime, I am trying to make full use of it and trying to keep a content and grateful spirit. But anyways, yesterday when I went fabric shopping in Chinatown, which I will say that fabric selection in Singapore is very poor. It is very limited. It's mostly geared towards like, I don't know, quilting or something. It's basically like thin cottons, and if you're into quilting, you probably can survive. But for someone who really loves making clothes, it's a bit of a struggle. And so yesterday I was like kind of frustrated because I went to the shops and again was very disappointed. But anyways, when I got home, I don't know for what reason, was just like YouTubing fabric shopping. And then I will say that over the last couple of months, like New York has been on my heart. I really hope that I can move there in the near future. It seems like a really crazy place to be, but like a crazy that I want to be a part of. I don't know, it's just so wild. But yeah, so I just out of the blue decided to like YouTube fabric shopping in New York, and I was seriously mind blown by the amount of selection that New Yorkers have. It's so crazy. And the whole time I was like watching all those videos, I was like it just made me, I don't know, I was just baffled and mind blown. And so I really hope that I'll be able to move there in the near future, because I think it'll be really cool to grow in that environment. I feel like Singapore is a bit of it's been a good incubator, I would say, but it's definitely a place that I don't see myself being able to grow in the direction that I want to grow. And I know that's something that my family will probably be a little bit sad hearing, because America is really far away, but I don't know, I've just sort of seen myself living there for... It's been a while since I've kind of been able to envision myself there, but who knows? We'll see. But anyways, yeah, it was just so random, and I thought I'd share because, in the near future when I actually do move there, I think it'll be really crazy, and it'll be cool to look back to this video. Anyways, this is a bit of a random video. I just wanted to do a little bit of sharing, and I'm actually really grateful that I can share in this air-conditioned room because, as you guys know, I have a bit of a vendetta when it comes to the weather in Singapore. But yeah, I also really look forward to editing the first sewing vlog, and it's, like I said, it's gonna be the first of many, and yeah, I hope that it encourages and inspires you to also get on your feet, do the sacrifice of getting things done if you want to eat of the fruit of your labor. So yes, we can do it, people. I hope you guys have an amazing week ahead, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!